Hello, this is Lucas and welcome back to another HTML tutorial. So in this video we are going to be going over classes. So a couple of videos ago we went over divs, which allowed us to group a number of elements together. But now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be grouping a group of elements together. So we're going to be grouping a number of divs under the same class, or we can probably do a different class. So firstly, we'll create ourselves the div. So let's say we have a div, and now we're gonna do class and equal to, and we'll name a city. So now we have created our div with the class name as city. And then let's say we'll create ourselves a heading, and we'll do Dublin, and then we'll just give a paragraph. We'll do this is city 1. Now we're going to copy this 2 times, so we're going to have 3 of them, and we're going to keep the classes the same, so city, city and city. We'll just change this, so we'll do London, and we'll change this to this is city 2, and then we can change this to Berlin, and then we'll do this is city 3. So what we did here was using this div element first. So don't mind the class element here. By using the div, we grouped this the h3 and the paragraph into one container, and we've done this 3 times. But by using the class CE in the same div, we basically grouped all of these divs under one class called CE. So now these 3 here are all grouped together. Once again, this div groups these elements together. So this div groups these 2. But then the element class will group all of these divs under one. So now we're going to test this out. So firstly, I'll just go to our page. And so this is what we have at the moment. Okay, now we're going to see how this works. So we have the one class, but we have 3 divs under the same name. So we're going to go to our style sheet here that we have linked in our header, and in order to style or use CSS on a class, we use the dot. Okay, so we do dot, and then we do the name of our class. So you can see we have city, so we do dot city, and then we'll just use open and close brackets here. So now all the CSS can go right in here, but you have to make sure that we don't use like a hashtag, which is used for different things, but we use the dot. Because now our CSS knows, okay, .ce, apply all CSS that we put in here to these divs here. So let's say that we do something like, let's just change the background color. We'll change it to, I don't know, let's do blue. It's a nice color. Let's then change the text. We'll change the text to, let's just do, I mean, it's by default it is black. Let's just change it to white. And let's put a little border around, I think. Let's put a border. We'll do 3 pixels, and we'll make it solid, and we'll put the border as black. Okay, so we have 3 CSS elements. What else can we do? Let's add some padding. I'll add padding, and we'll do something like 15 pixels. So that's all we'll do. Now what's going to happen here is this CSS here is going to be applied to all classes that are named city. So instead of having all CSS inside a div, because what we did before was we would have done style is equal to, and then we'll put all our CSS in here. But we'll have to do that for every single div. If there are any divs that are going to have the exact same CSS, it's way easier to give a class to all of them, and then we can just apply the CSS in here. So now we save our style sheet on our index.html. We go back to our page, we refresh this, you can see that the CSS is applied to every single element that has the class C. Now let's say if we change one of these, so I'll change the middle one, and I'll just name it city 1. just so it's different to these. Now if we go back to our page, you can see that because the class is different, that CSS will not apply to that class, because this class name is called City1, but these are called class. These are called City, which is what we named in the CSS. Now, if we want to obviously change the CSS of this class here, the City1, we'll have to mention it in here. Maybe because we want, let's say for example, we wanted these two to have, we want the background color of these to be blue, but we only want this one to be green, for example. So we can do this now. So I'll copy this. The name of that was City1 that we have put here. So City1. So we just add City1, and instead of blue, I don't know, we'll do green. We go back to our page, we refresh this, you can see now it is green. So that's the way that that works. That's the way the classes work. It's a very easy way just to group divs together. Instead of adding the CSS after every single div, you can just group them and then just add a CSS once, which is pretty cool, because if we want to change the CSS, we can just change it in here and it'll apply for every single element that has the class City, instead of changing the CSS in every single div, which is a bit time consuming, and this way that we're doing it now is just way more efficient. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope it helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.